I'm Dustin Hanson with Graywhale Entertainment.
And I'm Zane with Out of Our System and Graywhale Entertainment.
This is the Graywhale Entertainment update for the release week of 5/28/2013. Huge release day, tons of stuff. So we're just going to jump right in and go crazy. I'll let Zane start.
I'm going to start. I got some metal stuff to talk about. First off, of course, new album from Blood Ceremony. I unironically really love this band, even though it has flutes and organ. It's an occult 70s influenced occult rock band. Female singer that also plays the flute and plays the organ. And it's just really fun, and it's also very cool musically. It's interesting. Give it a shot. Also, retro-inspired Age of Taurus on, this is actually on Rise Above Records, which if you remember is like a psychedelic and doom metal record label. Age of Taurus sounds exactly what you would expect from Rise Above Records. It's doomy, bearded dudes, long hair, exactly what you would want from that. Out on Profound Lore is a band called Gevurah, and this is basically straight ahead super evil black metal, and it wasn't the only thing that came out on Profound Lore this week, which is a record label you should always look out for. Anything that comes out on Profound Lore you should probably give a shot if you're into metal. So there's this and some other things. Norwegian band called Shining. This is going to be your weirdest genre of the week. Shining is actually what's called black jazz. It's black metal mixed with jazz time signatures and instrumentation like saxophones and trumpets and things like that. It's as weird as it sounds. Somehow it works. If it's up your alley, this is for you. Not to be confused with a Norwegian band called Shining. This is a band called Shining, the exact same name, from Sweden. These are reissues of their albums. They are a black metal band that is having a large chunk of their catalog reissued and re-released this week on Spine Farm. So there's also that to check out this week.
A couple little things. True Blood, new soundtrack, Volume 4. All the True Blood soundtracks have been very excellent. Nice duo, or they have a couple duos on, or duets, excuse me, on a few of them. This one has Eric Burdon and Jenny Lewis singing "Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood." Great tracks from Howlin' Wolf, Alabama Shakes, My Morning Jacket covering the Birds, Turn, Turn, Turn. Their Flaming Lips are on here. Typical great soundtrack from a show that we all despise, but but the soundtracks are awesome. CocoRosie has a new album. CocoRosie, if you're a fan, you know what I'm talking about. There's their new album. It's a big double digipack.
It's called Tales of a Grass Widow.
There you go. Aceyalone Hip Hop, new album. What's this one called? Leanin' on Slick. Dave, I'm sure, is very excited about this. Has CeeLo Green, Daniel Merriweather on it as well. That one's out.
I'm going to talk about some stuff on vinyl now. A lot of the stuff we also have on CD. We're just showing you the vinyl. These two bands, one called the Tijuana Panthers, the other one called Hooded Fang, the album called Gravez. This album is called Semi-Sweet. Both of these are going to be in the same vein of surfy, slightly psyche, acid garage rock type stuff. So if you're into that surf sound or indie garage stuff, both of these should basically be your purchases for this week. And then moving into some metal stuff, we got a new album from Retox. This is actually the extremely abrasive and loud band with members of the Locust. So if you're a fan of the Locust, Daughters, stuff like that, really crazy, frenetic mix of punk and hardcore and metal, then this is your thing. Tesseract, for all of you prog metal fans and gent fans, this is the British band Tesseract. It's going to be spacey instrumentation, clean vocals mixed with other vocals, and lots of proggy type stuff in that.
And we do have all these on CD as well. If we don't mention it, you can ask, but we should have all these on CD as well.
My favorite release this week, by far, for one of my favorite bands, Kylesa has a brand new album called Ultraviolet. This one's just continuing their progression they've made into being more experimental and getting weirder and weirder and farther away from just being a sludge band from the south. And I'm really, really impressed with this. I liked it a lot. So
they just played last night at Urban Lounge with Blood Ceremony, actually. So both those guys, or 2 nights ago, I guess.
Well, it'll be more when this comes out.
Last week.
So from Gothenburg, Sweden, brand new Dark Tranquility album. They haven't had an album for a little while, so this is their brand new one. It's called Construct, and we have this on LP and CD as well. It's a special U.S. edition that, you know,
comes with a bonus 7-inch.
Yeah, that has a bonus 7-inch, and the CDs usually have bonus tracks depending on their region, like most metal bands do that. So, also brand new album from ASG. ASG just did a split with
Red Fang.
Red Fang or
That's
Black
who it
Tusk?
was.
Red Fang. And you can expect a somewhat 90s influenced, southern sounding, real loud blend of rock, sludge, post-punk, like all kinds of different good stuff. But if you're a fan of loud music, this is also great. For fans of really abrasive, weird electronic music, this is brand new on Sacred Bones. This band is called Pharmakon. It's actually just one woman. It's an electronic project of hers, and it's in the vein of just that stuff that's similar to movie scores. It's really ambient, really strange electronic stuff. It's not for everybody, but if you're into this kind of stuff on Triangle Records, stuff on Crucial Blast, things like that, then you should give this a shot.
Gross album cover. Good album.
Yeah. And then in the normal rock vein, we've got John Fogerty, has a brand new album. Most notable thing about this is that he's actually collaborating with members of Dawes, the Foo Fighters, Alan Jackson, Kid Rock, Miranda Lambert, My Morning Jacket, Brad Paisley, Zach Brown Band, Keith Urban. Just a whole laundry list of rock and country stars that he's collaborating with on basically every single track features collaborations. So if you're into John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater or any of those guests, it might be worth a shot. Checking out.
If you like the Sound City documentary with Dave Grohl, it's kind of how that album spun from that. It was all the fun he had playing with that stuff. So check that out as well, and then you can get that.
Also out, brand new Alice in Chains LP called The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. I don't know if that's ironic or not. Alice in Chains features the new member that's replacing
Lane
Staley, and he's actually a pretty good fill-in my opinion. He sounds a lot like him.
So the second album they've done with him, well, the vocals are great. I mean, you don't lose a lot, and Jerry Cantrell still controls the band and does a lot of the. He does a lot of the singing as well.
Most of the times bands would trip if they replaced a crucial member like that, but the last album, I think it was Black Gives Way to Blue, was actually very good. And I haven't listened to this one yet, but it comes on this double picture disc edition and a CD, and should be worth checking out. And then finally for me, there's a brand new album from Laura Marling. It's called Once I Was an Eagle. She's a 24-year-old singer-songwriter. She's released about 4 albums, right? And every single one of them has been fantastic.
I'm in love with this record. I highly suggest picking this up. If you've never picked her other stuff up, at least try this one. The first 4 to 5 songs actually, the A side of the record and the first 5 songs on the CD are basically written as one song. They break, but the beautiful. She's got great vocals, really low key. It's hard to describe. It's wonderful.
And we have this on CD as well, but the LP is a double heavyweight 180 gram vinyl, and it does come with an MP3 download as well. So if you get this, you get everything.
We've got a bunch of reissues on vinyl this week too. For you fans of hip hop, MF Doom's classic King Geedorah, Take Me to Your Leader, reissued on vinyl for the first time in like 12 years. Awesome. 2 LP, heavyweight, very, very cool. If you guys aren't familiar with this record, listen to it and then you'll want to come by it. If you're a fan of MF Doom, this is a way to go. Converge has a new release coming out. It's Caring and Killing the Early Years, 91 to 94, reissued on vinyl only through Hydra Head Records. Cool old artwork. It's old Jacob Bannon artwork redone. Double gatefold, really, really cool. Everybody's high school, well, the younger version of, not my high school, but their high school experience. Thursday Full Collapse reissued on vinyl for the first time. I don't know what to say about this record. This was a big deal when it broke.
This is actually going to be a cheap pickup for you for the week too. The retail on this LP is only $13.99. So if you come in with a Killer Whale card, you get $1 off that. It actually is a pretty cheap, worthy vinyl purchase for you if you're a fan.
MP3 download as well. King Tuff has a reissue of his 2008 record, vinyl only reissue. No CD on this one, vinyl only. Last King Tuff record just came out. What was that, last year? Awesome. Similar vein of the stuff he was talking about with like the Tijuana Panthers and things like that. That kind of beach sound,
acid
garage rock, psyche, kind of really fun. Mondo is released the Drive soundtrack again. If you missed the Record Store Day piece that was the picture disc with the black cover with the pink scorpion, this is the non-picture disc version. They use the Tyler Stout artwork on the front and back. Very, very cool. 2 LP, 180 gram. We only got 10 of these, Every location will have it, so if you want it Tuesday morning, get there first, and you can get it first. Yeah, so if you missed the Record Store Day piece, it's the same thing, just on black, and the artwork's the artwork from the picture disc is actually in the...
I actually prefer this version because the artwork is up front on the cover, and black vinyl is better to listen to anyway. So.
And the artwork is really cool. Paul McCartney fans, rejoice. Wings Over America, reissue, 3 LP. This thing weighs probably...
I don't know,
5
half a
pounds.
ton.
It probably weighs as much as Paul McCartney's ego, so come pick this record up. You know, you're a fan of Paul McCartney, you love Wings, here you go. The Rolling Stones have been doing a bunch of great reissues, and they don't have any for Beggar's Banquet and, for Exile on Main Street. They had a whole extra album of stuff they could release. They don't have the extra album stuff anymore, but what they have done is gone through and reissue the old Abco analog versions and put them back on vinyl again. We've got Let It Bleed and Beggar's Banquet, and then the Hot Rocks Greatest Hits Collection, which is 64 to 71, so more of the early year Greatest Hits Collection. These two are must-own records for anyone that's a record collector. Classic Stones records. And hopefully coming soon, the Sticky Fingers reissue will be out, but I don't know for sure. With all the discussion of vinyl and everything, we've been, there's a resurgence in vinyl. All record stores are doing much better with it. All the labels are starting to release this stuff constantly on vinyl. It's not just a collector thing anymore. It's becoming a very constant with everyone buying it. Hop on board if you're not. It's a very easy thing to get into. I mean, it can be a little expensive, of course, but if you're into collecting and you want your music, we can help you out. We can show you.
If you're feeling intimidated on where to start as far as collecting vinyl, maybe you've bought a few pieces but you don't have anything to listen to it on, you can go into basically any Graywhale and they will help you out 100% and get you fully set up. And part of that is this new line of product that we're carrying by Vinyl Style.
Yeah, we have anti-static brushes, $14.99. Deep cleaning systems for your records. You actually put the solution on the brush and you run the record around and it helps clean the... We have the deep clean spin records that actually wash your records, and this is just more to keep maintenance on your records. One of the keys with vinyl is maintenance of your needle and maintenance of keeping the record clean so it doesn't break your needle down, it doesn't help, or doesn't pick up gunk and make the sound terrible. And then there's also stylus cleaning kits. These all run $14.99. There's replacement cleaner fluid as well. It's a very cool, nice mid-range way to maintain your record player and your stuff. So. All the stores carry these now. By the time you see this video, everyone will have them. So go in, pick up stuff. And then the last thing we want to talk about, there's not many DVD releases this week. There's a movie called Dark Skies coming out that was in theaters, but nothing besides that really. But there is some music reissues. The first one is Judas Priest on DVD and Blu-ray. Epitaph, which was their final show of the Epitaph World Tour. Lots of classics on here too. It's not just the new stuff, but Halford's on this, and it's recorded at the Hammersmith Apollo in London, May 26, 2012. Ronnie James Dio, the continuing reissues of all his. They have so much stuff. He was so prolific with everything he did. This is the first time ever available, fully restored footage from the original 60 millimeter film that was filmed for it, remastered audio. Features Holy Diver, live in Philadelphia, 1986, Finding the Sacred Heart. Very cool.
Prime Dio.
And then Garbage has a new live album. We had a record store piece with Garbage, and it surprised me how well it sold. I didn't think they were as popular as they used to be, but people still love them. This is a very cool thing if you're a fan. Recorded in 2012 at the Ogden Theater in Denver, Colorado, which is a very cool theater. If you haven't been there, if you get a chance to see an artist you love, go see him there. It's a great theater. So this is a live album, or actually concert video. That's really all we have for you this week. That's a ton, but...
And there's even more than we mentioned, like every week. There's lots more to discover and check out. So
don't hesitate to come in and ask any of our employees to have a look at what the release sheets are for the next few weeks coming up, and you kind of get ahead of the curve. We can order stuff for you ahead of time, reserve things for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Graywhale, Facebook.com/Graywhale, Instagram and Twitter at GraywhaleSLC. We're getting really heavy with our Instagram and Twitter constantly, always updates on product coming in. We get stuff that's not released on just Tuesday, we get reissues, we get restock, kind of mixed in throughout the week. So follow us there and you can stay in touch.
And remember to check out the Out of Our System podcast at outofoursystem.com, where we talk about music, among many other things, pop culture related. So